I'm at St Joe's Boxing Club. I'm here now with one of the new trainers, Junior Borg. How's it going, buddy?
Not bad, John. All good. Busy as always.
Can you just tell us how you first become involved with the training and stuff?
Through football, really. I've been in the gym over 20 years. I was training here because I played a bit of football. Got involved with the fitness, and then just pretty much boxing is my passion. I've always followed boxing, and over the last few years, since I got injured, I've kind of got involved more and more with the boxing. Finally done my licence, and now I'm helping out my dad, like as always.
For those who don't know, obviously your dad is Tony Borg. Is that how you've learnt all your stuff off?
Yeah, pretty much. I've watched him for years in the gym, picked up his styles. We have similar styles. I've picked up everything I know, basically. I've learnt from my dad, and I just try to learn other things from other trainers and watching boxing and pick my own things up at the same time.
Yeah, and how many pros have you got in the gym?
We got 8 at the moment, I think, 8, 9 pros. Frankie Borg, Craig Evans, Rhys Evans, Danny Griffiths, Gary Buckland, Mitchell Buckland, Lee Selby. We've also got amateurs as well.
So you're very busy here then?
Yeah, constant.
Do you find it hard to try and give them all your time, or?
We try to make sure that we have our sessions planned and stuff, so everyone gets the amount of time that they need, depending on whether they got a fight coming up, what kind of fight they got coming up. And we try to make sure they get enough time.
All fighters have like a different style. Do you try and model them around somebody else, or do you try and work them on their own style, or do you?
No, we always try to stick to their own style. Each boxer is completely different. No two boxers are the same. And we just try to work on their best attributes, basically, and try to work on their weaknesses, but we don't try to, mould them off somebody else, because that just wouldn't work for most boxers.
What's your main role in the gym? Do you work on the pads, or
I do a lot of pads,
conditioning?
A lot of pads, especially with Selby, and mainly I do the strength and conditioning work with pretty much everyone, a little bit of everything with all the boxers in here. And
do you ever do any training yourself?
I did do a lot of boxing. Like I said, I'm 29 now, but I've been in this gym for around 25 years pretty much. I used to train a lot when I was playing football. This was my fitness work. I was always in the gym, running to the gym with my dad and stuff, and that's basically where I found my passion through boxing.
Yeah. What boys have you got fighting now towards the end of this year?
We've got Craig Evans in a 10-rounder against Ronnie Clark on the 25th of November. That's at the Hilton Hotel in Mayfair. We've got Frankie Borg and Rob Turley, who's in a British title eliminator on December the 5th in Bristol. And then we've got Gary Buckland in his second prize fight at the tournament. He won the first at Super Feather, and now we're looking to win at lightweight.
Yeah. So you're still busy then?
Yeah, very busy.
And then looking on to next year, have you got any big plans for next year for any of your boys?
Obviously Selby, who's pretty much guaranteed a world title shot now. He's due to fly out to America next month to watch Gradovic against Jason Velez for the IBF title, and obviously put a challenge out. He's now mandatory, so we're hoping for that to happen obviously in possibly March next year. And we're hoping to get Frankie Borg, who's Welsh middleweight champion, maybe a Commonwealth title fight. He's number 8 in Britain now. He's pushing on, so hopefully something for him. And also Craig Evans, who's 13-0 now and looking to move on to titles next year. And Gary Buckland, who's in prize fighter. If we can get a good win in prize fighter and maybe push on and get his British title back.
Yeah, you mentioned there Frankie Borg. It's been a bit of a frustrating year for him. He's only been out the once this year.
Yeah.
How do you keep the boys who ain't active fighting, interested and in the gym?
To be fair, Frankie's probably the exception. He's one of the hardest working trainers I've ever seen. Whether he's got a fight coming up or not, even when they took his licence away when he failed the brain scan, still in the gym. He's first in the gym. Last out, as you've just seen today, the gym's empty now, but Frankie's just finished his training, so he's the exception. He's probably the hardest working trainer we've got in here. He's the best trainer we got. And
what would you say is the biggest prospect?
There's a few, to be fair. We got Danny Griffiths, cruiserweight, who's had 6, won 5, lost 1. Craig Evans, 13-0. Mitchell Buckland, 7-0. Struggling to get fights for him. Very, very good prospect. Rhys Evans, 3, won 3. There's a lot of prospects coming through.
You've also got a few amateurs coming through. Any of them looking to turn professional soon?
We got the likes of Joe Cordina, Sean McCulloch, Andrew Selby, but at the moment they're excelling in the amateurs, and I think and I expect that's where they'll stay and aim for possibly the Olympics in 2016, and then possibly look to move into the pro ranks after that.
Yeah. Right then, Junior, well, appreciate you talking to us today, and hopefully we'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, John.